Cajuns, again, yesterday racked up 14 hits against Texas State. All 14 were singles in a 5-4 win in 8 innings. And for the Cajuns, we talked about it earlier, starting to heat up. They won 5 of 6 after last night's win. This pitch hit towards center, tracked down by Slack. Hey, grounded to the left side. Aaron Puget it short, throw to first in time to Coleman. And Emma Stroud navigates through the top of the order, in the top of the first. We go for Louisiana, Sam Rowe, Mia Liscato, Gabby Stutz, Emily Smith, the infield defense, the catcher, Mia Norwood, followed by Coleman, Bass, and Trahan. The bottom third for Texas State, Kellner, Slack, and Bubella.
Also had a walk.
Hit third of the order for the Bobcats last night, batting leadoff here today. And you mentioned the 4 runs, and 3 of those scored in the first inning, so the Bobcats over the next 7. 2-2 to Harvey. That's a ground ball that goes foul. No play there for Sam Rowe. Facing off against Sam Ryan in her last Sun Belt start. 6 scoreless innings against South Alabama. Got the win against the Jaguars. An 8-0 win for the Cajuns. Ground ball to short. Liscato over to Smith.
Season batting out of that one hole, so Coach Woodard changing things up a little bit there at the top of the batting order.
Ground ball to her shortstop counterpart, Liscato. Another 6-3 put out for the Cajuns. Back-to-back ground balls induced by Ryan. And quickly 2 outs.
Good. Williams has been a big part of this Texas State offense this season. Has scored 34, has driven in 23.
That ball hit towards right field, pretty well struck, and it's off the wall. Williams on her way to second base with a double. Make it 3. She's on her way to third.
Get a good look at it here. Kind of pitched low and inside. She went down and got it.
You saw Deja Williams going back over her head, couldn't make that kick.
So you have Coleman and then Bass and Trahan. At least in my mind, that qualifies as protection.
Draws a walk. Not intentional, but back-to-back free passes.
It seems so simple to say this, but you have to punish your opponent for giving Coleman the treatment she's received.
That ball is hit in the air to left, and making the catch, Falterman. The leadoff batter here, Sam Rowe for Louisiana, behind 0-2. Working under the great Patrick Murphy. That's rolled to third. Bubella over to Coleman, and there's 1 down here in the second.
Graham, a lot of success, as you pointed out, and Coach Habits actually left the game of softball to care for her mother, returned home, and the job opened, and here she is. A lot of expectations, right, that she's faced with, but she knows all about that.
That's popped up in the infield. Peterson puts it away, retires Falterman. So far, Emma Stroud, 5 up and 5 down for the Bobcats.
Throw in the bottom of the first.
The game ended last night with the Bobcats hitting into a double play.
Louisiana, the nation's leader. Mentioned Coach Woodard and the job she's done here. Like you, I was at Bobcat Bonanza fundraiser here at Texas State last night and having a conversation with somebody and talking about how Coach. Nice job there against Kellner, who's been hitting the ball very, very well this season.
Nobody on, 1 out for Bailey Slack. 1 for 4 last night's series opener. That's rolled towards third, handled by Rowe, on to first for the second out.
That's some homework for us to do tonight. But it does speak to, again, 2 programs who have, as 2025 has gone along,
full count pitch. Bubella pops it up. Over to Rowe at third base. And a 1-2-3 second for Sam Ryan. A transfer out of McNeese, out of the Southland Conference.
Moss Bluff, Louisiana native. Louisiana does a good job of recruiting beyond the Pelican State. That was one of those records, right? You and I have had the conversation previously this season where it had to come to an end, and it is incredible.
This ball is hit in the air to left. Trahan coming in with the shades on one pitch. Gabby Stutes retired. Will book us out on Luscano. Going to try to slap her way on. Texas State has brought in two of their infielders quite a bit. Cindy Harvey from second, Bubella from third. We're cheating in. And we'll see her here in the third while Slack has moved down to eighth in Texas State's lineup.
And again, you and I said it earlier in this broadcast, but it wasn't too terribly long ago where
as that fly ball is handled by Falterman to left for the first out.
Where those two at the top of the batting order were getting on base, being disruptive, and really setting the stage.
And that's so far our only hit of the game for either team. Hit on the right side of the infield, handled by Stutes on to Smith. Now just a game back of third in the Sun Belt, albeit there's a lot of traffic for third right now. Three-way tie for third place.
In that lineup, right? And
on to short. Go to Coleman, is in time to gun down to Speedy Hayden for the first out.
And that
ball lined into right and inside the line for a base hit. That bounces off the wall at the Cajun bullpen, and Deja Williams winds up a third with a triple of her own. The first hit of the day for Louisiana is a three-bagger, 2-2. Grounded to the right side, goes off the glove of Harvey. Williams scores. Everybody is safe, and Louisiana on top 1-0.
And she tried to make a quick grab and flip to Coleman at first, and so got rolled in there. It's a play Harvey probably says she could have made. It did with an RBI,
but not an RBI fielder's choice. Interesting. That ball hit to Bubella, makes the catch to end the inning. For the Cajuns, have struck for the game's first run. The comparison you're making is not a fair one, but it's what we have to. It's evident that Louisiana's strategy coming into the series, take the bat out of Coleman's hands.
We're going to do that.
Yeah. Bunt put down by Bass. But it got her foul territory, and that's a strike. Well, since the strategy started for Louisiana, as Coleman did get an at-bat in the first inning yesterday, bunt put down from Bass, go on to first in time. The sacrifice will move Baker over to second. Now, I do wonder why in softball they haven't changed the rule yet on intentional walk to just point him over. Trahan flies out to left again. She's 0 for 2.
Kellner, 3 RBI night last night, albeit in the loss.
Hitting better than 300 this year with 2 outs. That ball hit well, left field and deep and gone. Megan Kellner's given the Bobcats the lead on a 2-out, 2-run homer.
The way to get teams to stop the intentional walk madness is to punish them.
And what a time for it. With 2 outs and the Bobcats down a run, delivers a shot to left. No play for Falterman. A ball that landed near the railroad tracks, and with one swing, the game was flipped. Bobcats on top 2-1.
Texas State has scored 6 runs.
Chopped to shorts. Luscano on to first base for the third and final out for the Bobcats. And then the next day, beat the Cajuns to clinch the tournament championship. We start the bottom of the fourth, a 2-out, 2-run homer. Bobcats on top by a run. Little check swing that's going to drop in for a base hit for Mia Norwood. Second hit of the game for the Raging Cajuns. Reeves stayed in the game. She's now in right field for Texas State, and Keely Williams has moved from right to center, effectively taking Bailey Slack out of the game. Bubella able to handle. Ground ball to short, cut off by Bubella from third earlier today.
She and Kellner have to know each other.
I would think so.
As Kellner, the catcher right now. Look, there's a couple former Hayes High School players.
Luscano grounds to Peterson, a short throw to Coleman is on targets, and Stroud able to work around the leadoff base hit from Mia Norwood. 6th of the year, making her 20th appearance of the season. Over 70 innings pitched, 35 strikeouts, 34 walks with a sub-4 ERA. Last night, and only surrendered 2 hits.
Is that Savannah White, number 10?
Could be. Swing and a miss. Garrett strikes out.
He has been. If it wasn't for Williams swinging at a ball, a pitch in on her belt buckle, and yanking it down the right field line, she'd be flawless.
And Savannah White, her catcher now, talking to her. Same thing, yeah, playing for a hometown program.
You and I have worked together for too long, Brant. We start completing each other's sentences. And Reno, a beautiful area.
That ball ripped in. That is a fair ball inside the line. Harvey around third base, coming to the plate. She's going to score. Peterson thrown out at third. With the Bobcats now on top by 2, leading 3-1. That ball was hit pretty well to center field. Going back, Hayden makes a catch just in front of the wall. Second time today, Williams has nearly gone deep.
Heading towards the first base coach, and she was able to hit the chalk with it.
Ground ball to third, Bubella to Coleman, 2 out. 1998. That ball hit pretty well towards the gap in left center field, and that's gone. Bill said it. Emily Smith, the home run threat, 11th of the year. This is a 1-run game.
Only a freshman. You folks there in Lafayette, think about her future, huh? And also, I'm going to say again, to repeat myself, how big was that run last half inning where Peterson was able to double in the third run of the ball game for Texas State? It isn't very often that solo home runs will beat you. Texas State.
That ball hit in the air to right, and making the catch is Melania Reeves to end the inning. For the Cajuns, get a 2-out homer. For the freshman Emily Smith.
Now to get herself out, Louisiana will let her.
So in the books, it does not go down as an intentional walk. But for all intents and purposes, it was. That ball hit well off the glove of Clary, but there is a force play at second. Throw to first, not in time. Again. On the ground, glove by Clary. Throw to second for 1. That's the only out the Cajuns will get. It's a strike here from Clary. That ball hit to right, and that's in for a base hit for Kellner. Trahan on her way to third. Another 2-out hit for Megan Kellner. That ball lined into the glove of Rowe at third. The Bobcats strand 2. 0-2 pitch. In there, strike 3. Got her in 3 pitches. And Louisiana will bring up a pinch hitter here in place of Mia Norwood. Norwood did have one of the 3 hits for Louisiana. Or no, Norwood is batting. She's back into the game.
For White,
yes.
Correct. Norwood led off the 5th inning for the Cajuns with a check swing single to right field.
Pops up and out of play. She falls behind 2 strikes. 0-2 to Norwood. Pops it up. Handled by Fish at first base, and the Cajuns are down to their final out. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. A strikeout ends a game. Emma Stroud, a complete game effort of the circle, and the Bobcats have evened the series.
That is called an exclamation point. Have a great day. To her, she has been so key throughout 2025.
And with this win, the Bobcats improved to 31-17 on the year.